Modern Warfare 2 is in some serious trouble right now. Just when things in the Call of Duty space couldn't get any worse, it seems that Infinity Ward and the corporate greed that is Activision are once again making some pretty terrible decisions for Modern Warfare 2. Before we jump into this video, do me a favour, drop a like, leave your thoughts down below in the comments section regarding the state of Season 1 and Season 1 Reloaded. Are you happy with the content that we received, or are you already bored of playing? If you're new or you are a returning viewer to this channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications to never miss any more Modern Warfare 2 coverage. We're quickly approaching the 2,000 subscriber mark, and it'll be great to have you become part of our community. So if you've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare 2 recently, you've probably started to realise that the game is getting a little stale. We recently saw the introduction of Season 1 and Season 1 Reloaded, which gave us two maps, that being Shoot House and Shipment, and one new weapon to grind for, being the Chimera. Both of the maps that we received are of course just remakes from Modern Warfare 2019 and the original Shipment that we originally seen 14 years ago with the release of Call of Duty 4, the original Modern Warfare. And of course we have the Chimera, which is merely just a reskin of the Honey Badger from Call of Duty Ghosts. I recently made a video where I talked about the fact that a lot of people are choosing not to play Modern Warfare 2, especially when it comes to the 6v6 multiplayer experience, simply because there is nothing to do to keep you engaged in this game. The only thing to really go for right now and focus on in multiplayer is the Orion camo, but once you've completed that, the game offers no more in terms of progression and things to unlock, unless you're of course going for all the challenges, which don't reward you with pretty much anything. All of these terrible decisions, whether it be releasing remakes of maps, not enough content per season, and the lack of rewards for the time that you spend in this game, leaves many people, including myself, feeling bored of this game already. And it seems like recently Infinity Ward and Activision have decided to double down on that by releasing nothing but remakes of previous maps and weapons that we've played in many other Call of Duty games in the past, but also not providing us with enough content for each season. I'm sure all of you know by now that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a 2-year title, with the next release scheduled for late 2024, which is being developed by Treyarch. With this game being the current Call of Duty for the next 2 years, a lot of people were expecting Infinity Ward to provide us with tons of content to keep us engaged. Season 2 is scheduled to release in February 2023. I just covered Season 1 and how there's only 2 multiplayer maps and 1 new weapon, so that means that for the next 2 months, we will not be seeing any change when it comes to the 6v6 multiplayer experience. Which wouldn't be too bad if Infinity Ward actually provided us with some new content to play, with many fresh maps and weapons to keep us engaged for the next 2 months. But of course, that is not the case. Now, Modern Warfare 2 is rumoured to release with 5 seasons for the first year of this game's life cycle. If you played the previous Call of Duty game, being Vanguard, you probably remember just how bad it was having the 5 seasons in that game. Content was drip fed at an extremely slow pace, and the content that we actually received was lackluster, certainly in my opinion anyway. There are 2 maps that are rumoured to be coming in Season 2 of this game, that being another remake, again, of the original map Castle from Call of Duty World at War that we also seen previously in Vanguard, and a map that we've seen in the beta, that being Museum. And of course we can expect a measly 1 to 2 new weapons. If we go off the previous content that we've received in both Season 1 and Season 1 Reloaded, the future of this game is already looking bleak. Now, we've seen 5 in-game seasons in Vanguard, and again, like I said, this is coming to Modern Warfare 2 in its first year, so that means that every 3 months or so, we're going to see maybe 1 or 2 new multiplayer maps and 1 to 2 weapons. And you can best bet that the majority of the maps that we are going to receive in this game are going to be remakes from older Call of Duty titles. It seems that the developers of Call of Duty now no longer know how to create good maps, and with every single year that Call of Duty releases, the base maps that we get just seem to get worse and worse. I think when it comes to map design and delivering on that classic Call of Duty experience, it's safe to say that Infinity Ward is definitely the weakest link in the chain, especially in the last couple of years with the release of Modern Warfare 2019 and this game, Modern Warfare 2, where they have constantly targeted the casual and noob player for their games. The reason that all of their maps suck is because they make them purposefully to have as many angles and buildings as possible where new players can get the upper hand on someone who is more competent and has learnt the maps and how they flow. With all of these windows, buildings and angles to peek, it is almost impossible to keep check on every single one that trades off the flow of multiplayer to allow the less skilled player to get the upper hand on someone who might be better than them. The classic style of Call of Duty map that we've seen in games like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, where each map had 3 lanes with main areas of interest, are far more superior in my opinion. But what that doesn't mean is that we should receive remakes in every single season from older Call of Duty titles of maps that we've already played thousands of times over. Now, Year 2 of Modern Warfare 2 is also rumoured to release every single multiplayer map from the original Modern Warfare 2 in 2009, which, depending on how you look at it, could be a good thing or a terribly bad thing. I don't see why the developers didn't opt to release the game with the original maps from the original 2009 Modern Warfare 2 to begin with, because ultimately what they're going to do is just sell these remakes back to us instead of actually giving us new, fresh content. With every single release of Call of Duty, I think it's safe to say that the developers no longer care about the experience that the game provides, instead just focusing on how much money that they can reap in from as little effort as possible by simply rehashing stuff from their previous games. Combined with the extremely slow pace that we are getting content with every single season, will eventually turn many of us off of the game. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you like the maps in Modern Warfare 2? Do you like the weapons that we have? Do you think that the pace at which we receive content is too slow? Especially when it comes to the 6v6 multiplayer game mode, because I think that many of the people that play Call of Duty for the multiplayer only experience, which it's important to note that's the only mode that made their game so successful to begin with, feel left behind in terms of the content and the things that are constantly being added to both Warzone and DMZ, which seems to be the new focus point for Activision and the development studio. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave me a like down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications for more Modern Warfare 2 content. You can check out some of my most recent videos on the screen in just a second. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.